Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Crafty Beer Reviews. Today I will be reviewing a very special beer for you guys. This is Ballast Habanero Sculpin. That's right, Ohio finally got our hands on some bottles of Habanero Sculpin. This is a beer that I've really been wanting to try for a while. It's been in bottles for a significant amount of time. It's been on draft for even longer, but we just never saw it because we really don't get very many special releases from Ballast Point. So cool stuff. This finally got released here. Pretty recently, I actually reviewed the Grapefruit Sculpin. Now, that was a great beer, and of course, I've also had the original Sculpin quite a few times. So, yeah, definitely looking forward to checking this one out. I think what's kind of interesting is on the front of the bottle it says heat may vary. So, yeah, we'll definitely see. I've had some pretty hot beers before. I've had the Stone Crime and Punishment, both which are pretty hot. Of course, they're using a lot of different, Ghost and Scorpion chilies in there, so some pretty crazy stuff. This is just the base beer, and then they're throwing habaneros in there. I am definitely looking forward to it because I really like spicy stuff. So you know what, guys? Without further ado, let's go ahead and check out the aroma. Oh yeah, you can definitely smell the habanero in there. But it's not offensive. Like, you get that pepper skin type of note. You always kind of get this fruity note from the actual pepper too. Now, there's a lot of different flavors you can get from peppers, especially, habaneros, jalapenos, all that kind of stuff. And with habaneros, sometimes I get this really nice kind of fruity note, and I'm really picking up on that. It actually blends quite well with the traditional Sculpin notes. Like, I'm getting this kind of sweet orange, definitely some grapefruit. Kind of a floral hop character. It's very citrusy. And then you're getting the habanero, but it doesn't, burn your nose. It's not intensely hot. It actually smells very balanced. Yeah, it smells quite nice. Maybe a touch of pine in there as well. But yeah, the hops and the habanero just seem to really complement each other. I mean, you get both elements in there for sure. And this is a pretty fresh beer. At time of recording, this is only about 3 weeks old. So yeah, getting to Ohio in that amount of time is pretty impressive. Without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and burn our taste buds off. Mmm, that's nice. So up front, you definitely get the habanero heat, immediately followed by really a little bit more of that kind of piney and citrusy hop notes. Up front, you're definitely getting that habanero. Now, first sip, it's not extremely hot, but as you guys probably know, continual, sips, obviously you're going to get more heat. It's just kind of like eating spicy food. The heat kind of compounds over time, but yeah, initially palate shock a little bit because you're definitely getting the habanero heat, but it's not intense, or at least it's not too intense yet. Yeah, that's really nice. Up front, again, you definitely get that heat, but you also get this really nice kind of pepper skin taste. I'm getting definitely those citrus notes, grapefruit, a touch of kind of the sweeter orange, maybe a little bit of a peachy note in there too. And then it definitely follows up with this really nice kind of West Coast pininess that you find in a lot of IPAs out there. It's really nice, though. I gotta say, it's better than I was expecting because Crime and Punishment for me were like, they were decently hot. I mean, I think for everyone they were decently hot, but they just kind of lacked any complexity, any type of, actual flavor. Versus this has the heat, but it also has flavor with it, which is really nice. I wasn't sure if this is just going to be like a crazy hot beer and, you were going to pretty much mask all of the, base beer, but that's not the case. I also get almost a slightly kind of smoky quality from the habanero as well. It's really, really just a very pleasant beer. I think this would pair really well with some Mexican food or just anything, maybe either kind of like smoked meats, that kind of thing would go really well with that. It's got a nice lighter body. It's definitely on the medium side, just like, regular Sculpin, grapefruit Sculpin. It's got a very crisp, clean type of taste. It finishes with a decent amount of drying because you kind of get that drying heat from the peppers, but then you also get that bitterness that also dries it out. Really makes you want to come back for another sip, though. It's a very well balanced beer. Again, I'm glad that the habanero didn't kind of just take the entire base beer, because a lot of pepper beers can do that. Yeah, quite well done. Again, it's not too intense. That being said, I like spicy stuff. So if you don't like spicy food, if you don't like spicy stuff in general, there's really no reason to drink this one. You're not going to enjoy it nearly as much as regular or grapefruit. But if you like spicy stuff, I think this is really worth checking out. It kind of shows you how pepper beers can integrate heat and pepper flavor without killing, off the hops or other flavors. So, in terms of rating, guys, I'm going with an 8.8 out of 10. I think it's really good. For my personal palate, I do enjoy grapefruit Sculpin more, but, I'm a huge grapefruit person. And I think that the regular Sculpin also has a lot of great flavors to it, but this is really nice. Again, you get the pepper skin, that slightly kind of smoky quality, and then you get that kind of citrusy, fruity hops, a little bit of pininess. It just makes for a really nice beer. And again, if you like a little bit of heat, I think it's well worth checking out, but it's not going to kill you, so cool stuff. And I'm glad I finally got to try this one. Alright guys, that's it for this beer review. Please remember, rate, comment, and subscribe. And remember, I hope whatever you're doing involves good craft beer. See ya.